Well, good evening, Southeast Texas. Meteorologist Kerry Cooper here. As we've been talking about during the newscast from this afternoon and over the last few days, we'd have scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms across the area, and that's exactly what we had today. We'll start out looking at our Roofing 911 Skycam network up in Jasper. Mostly cloudy up there. Now, the coverage of showers and storms we had today really wasn't that great for the Triangle. We had about a 40, maybe 50% coverage at the most. Up in the lakes area, you had a little bit less than we've had the last couple days as well, but don't let that fool you, because we do expect a pretty good coverage of showers and storms coming up the next several days. Over in Orange, less cloud cover, a few cumulus clouds there, some thin cirrus clouds as well. So as the evening and night progresses, I think we'll see skies becoming partly cloudy. We're not expecting any additional rain overnight, so it's a little bit of good news there. Currently 81 degrees over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. They had a few showers and storms in Orange County today. Finally, there's still some areas that still need rain, still pretty dry. We'll have, like I said, plenty of opportunities coming up over the course of the next several days as a series of upper level disturbances come in, along with the high moisture we have, daytime heating, pretty good shape. Right here in Beaumont, our Roofing 911 Skycam network, sponsored by Packard Prey. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies here, just a few mid and high level clouds here in Beaumont. So we have the showers and storms, and they produce some showers and storms as far as rainfall totals, anywhere from a half to 1 inch in a few spots. Now we're clearing out, and of course we will be fairly stable, of course, overnight tonight. Temperature right now in Beaumont, 80 degrees, sponsored by Packard and LaPrade there, and notice lots of sunshine. So I think skies will eventually become partly cloudy, maybe even mostly clear overnight tonight across the region. See pretty good visibilities too, so could be a little bit of ground fog in spots too. And then if we go to our Roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, this one's sponsored by Market Basket. Notice a lot more clouds, some cumulus clouds trying to build up into a few showers there. So you can really tell the areas that got rain and didn't get rain, the ones that are more stable, seeing a lot more sun, a lot more cumulus clouds down toward the coastline. But I think tonight's going to be pretty much rain-free across all of Southeast Texas. Now, your weather headlines over the next 5 to 7 days or so, we will continue to see more on and off showers and thunderstorms. An additional 1 to 3 inches of rain is possible. We might have a less coverage coming up by the end of the weekend and the next week, but still, even then, a pretty good chance. You know, last week we were dominated by high pressure. This week that high, the heat dome, has moved out, kind of being replaced by a weak trough of low pressure. And anytime you have that in the summertime, all you need is a little daytime heating. We seem to always have the moisture, and that helps produce the showers and thunderstorms as well. 80 up in Huntsville, 80 here in Beaumont, 84 in Orange, some upper 70s, a little bit cooler up in the lake. Some of the showers and storms we had here earlier locally have now moved to the east, located over around Lafayette on up toward Alexandria. That system now moving off to the east. We're left in pretty good shape now, so we should see rain-free conditions overnight under partly cloudy skies, just some lingering clouds out there. But as we head into tomorrow, another little disturbance works in from the west. We'll start heating up, and those showers and thunderstorms will start developing across Southeast Texas again. We'll give it about a 60, maybe 70% coverage tomorrow, and right now, once again, we're not expecting any severe weather. That's good news there, and pretty interesting across the area too. Some areas don't need any more rain at all. Some areas still need the rain. It just depends on where you're at. So if you still need the rain, you hadn't had much yet, still plenty of chances in the forecast be our next several days. 78 over in Lake Charles compared to lots of sun in Houston. They're at 87 degrees, 90s across south central Texas. You're gonna have 101, pretty hot there in Laredo, some 80s across northwest Texas into Oklahoma, 87 into Little Rock. But for this time of the year, this isn't bad. Most of these temperatures are actually below normal, what they should be. That's thanks to that weak area of low pressure in northwest Texas, cutting off there in northwest Texas into an upper low this time of year. That helps out a lot. In fact, even some 60s. How about Dryden? We're seeing some evening thunderstorms there at 65 degrees. Just have a heavy thunderstorm, and that they do. You see the big storms coming out of far west Texas, northern Mexico. That's the disturbance that'll move into range tomorrow. to give us more shower and thunderstorm chances. We also have a weak stationary front. Now this front extends from, let's say, El Paso, south of Dallas, Shreveport over to Jackson. It's going to sag to the south a little bit. Certainly not going to cool us off any, no, but just another focal point for some showers and storms coming up over the next few days. So combination of that front, plenty of moisture, daytime heating, disturbances coming in from the west that will keep those rain chances pretty elevated coming up over the next several days. And notice off to our east, there's the showers and storms we had earlier running from Alexandria through Lafayette, and some showers and storms should be around the New Orleans area coming up for this evening. Good news is no severe weather expected across Oklahoma and Arkansas. They certainly have needed a break from the severe weather they've had this late spring into the early summer, that's for sure. Now, as we look at upper level disturbances, we talk about this a lot. The areas of green you see here, that's the amount of moisture we have. We've got plenty of moisture. Some of the deepest moisture is kind of shifted east of us now with that rain we had earlier. Our moisture levels, bottom line is, are going to remain high coming up over the next few days. Now this is coming up tonight. You see the moisture going to surge back in tomorrow into a Wednesday. And there's our next disturbance coming up. Not really tomorrow. I don't see a big disturbance tomorrow. The one in West Texas will weaken before it gets here, the upper level disturbance, but still a little bit of lift left over from that will give us that rain chance tomorrow. But here's our next disturbance for Thursday coming in from the southwest. And notice the trough here. Notice the winds counterclockwise. Weak low pressure right over Dallas-Fort Worth on Thursday. So anytime you have this in the summertime, plenty of moisture, it doesn't take much to get showers and thunderstorms going. So there's disturbance number one, or I should say number two, on Thursday. Number three on Friday, another good chance of rain and storms on Friday. A lot of moisture there. Saturday, at another one. You notice that upper low that was over North Texas, it begins to weaken and it fills and moves on out. But you notice we have south winds here, east winds here, north winds. That's what we call a weakness in the mid and upper atmosphere. A weakness aloft. So, and with that disturbance, rain chances Saturday. Let's keep them going Sunday too. There's another disturbance Sunday, but as we head deeper into the weekend, we will see fewer showers and thunderstorms by Sunday. Monday, well, not a disturbance there, but still lots of moisture. You still see the weakness over the area. So even early next week, 40 to 50% coverage of rain, not out of the forecast. Saharan dust, let's take a look at that. We haven't seen a whole lot of that so far this summer, just some thin little bit of dust here and there. And as we put this into motion, a little bit of dust kind of heading through the Gulf the end of the week and the weekend, not a big deal. It's certainly not going to squash any rain chances, that's for sure, because as I said, even over the weekend with that weakness over the area, it still looks pretty active for showers and thunderstorms. Now here's a look at Futurecast, doing a pretty good job right now. It looks pretty quiet tonight. The clouds kind of thinning out. We've seen that the last several nights. Will become partly cloudy. Could be a little bit of patchy ground fog too here and there, especially in areas that saw some rain today. Notice in the morning pretty quiet, but doesn't take long, starts heating up. Look at the development of showers and thunderstorms across the area yet again. Tomorrow, once again, about a 60, maybe 70% coverage. Some 1-inch rainfall totals possible in spots. Now remember, once again, not everyone's going to see rain. Not everyone. Might get 2 or 3 inches in Beaumont, nothing in mid-county. That's just how it's going to be over the course of the next few days. So where you see these storms here at 3:20 tomorrow on Futurecast, that doesn't actually mean that's where the storms are going to be at 3:20 tomorrow. It just gives you an indication that radar will be fairly active, but as we said, not expecting any severe weather. And we continued on. Things will start winding down, kind of like today. Late tomorrow into tomorrow evening, we lose daytime heating. Things will start winding down across southeast Texas and southwestern Louisiana. Now, rainfall totals, what we're expecting between now and Sunday, the upcoming weekend, has some 1 to 2 inches. Now, there's going to be, because that's several days. You're talking, let's see, what's today? Tuesday, 5 days of rainfall total here. This isn't really that bad. 1 to 2, maybe some 3-inch totals within a span of 5 days. We can handle that easily especially in areas where it's very dry, but 1 to 3 inches still possible as we head through Sunday of the weekend. Now, your marine forecast, want to do any boating? Not too bad. Southeast winds 5 to 10 knots. Right now along the coast, we have east and northeast winds at 8. Not much gust there. Very warm on the water, we know that, at 89 degrees. Next high tide will be at 5:08 tomorrow morning. Low tide at 9:29 coming up tomorrow evening. So not a bad coastal marine forecast coming up at all. Now tonight it will become partly cloudy. I don't think we'll see any rain overnight. Low temperatures lower to mid 70s across the area. Of course, if you're one of the lucky ones today that saw rain, you could see a little bit of patchy ground fog in the morning, and temperature could be a degree or two lower than the following town north or south of you, but we'll say mid to upper 70s across the area. And for your Wednesday, here we go again. More showers and thunderstorms. Best chance late morning into the afternoon hours. We'll give that coverage around 70% tomorrow. High temperatures. Once again, this will exactly depend on the exact timing of the rain. Probably staying just under 90 if we start seeing some storms before the noon hour popping up, start developing those high clouds and some of those storms. Looking for upper 80s, close to 90 in the lakes, upper 80s in the triangle with that 70% coverage coming tomorrow. Right now, I don't think we'll see severe weather, but these storms, of course, in the summertime do contain lots of lightning, that's for sure. Now, your 7-day forecast, been a while since we've had one like this where there's been a very good chance of rain each day. We'll give it a 70% coverage tomorrow. 60% of the area will see rain Thursday into Saturday. It does drop a little bit. We'll put it more in just the scattered category Sunday into next week, but even then 40–50%, that's still almost half the area seeing some showers and thunderstorms into the weekend into next week. Notice too, no mid to upper 90s for highs. That's good news as well. The clouds and the showers keeping us at or below 90, upper 80s, lows in the 70s. Now as we start seeing fewer showers, we get back to around 90, close to that on Sunday, then Monday and Tuesday into next week. So that's what the forecast looks like that we've come up with for this afternoon, that's for sure. And another look at our Roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios here, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. See those cumulus clouds off to the south? Remember we showed you those down toward Port Arthur, but things are clearing nicely from the northwest and west. So just a few high clouds possible overnight tonight, but eventually that leads to more showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. 1 to 3 inches possible. A little less coverage coming up by Sunday of the weekend into early next week. So if you have any outdoor plans at all this evening, things look pretty good. We're not expecting any rain. A little bit warm still. We're still running in the 80s even after some of the showers and thunderstorms we've had across the area today. And if you're up in the lakes area, head outside for a little while, looking pretty good. In fact, more clouds up there. Temperature's not quite as warm either. We're running in the 80s across the region. And of course, we'll check our phone, see if we've got any weather questions this evening. Coming in, let's take a look and see here. No questions yet this evening. Hopefully we've covered everything. Of course, once again, don't get scared of the rain chances that we showed you. Of course, we have, showers and thunderstorms in the forecast each day, 50, 60, 70%, meaning half the area.